Hello Twin Flames and welcome to the Daily Twin Flame Check-in for Monday. So we're going to use a Divine Structure deck for the question today. And if you are wondering where the Pixie Power Tarot weekly reading is, it's right here on Guided by Angels. So you can go to the playlist weekly readings and find that right now. So what do we need to know today? What's the energy? Thank you, angels. So I've got 3 cards coming up today. The first card is, what does the Divine Masculine want to say? So I am going to be doing a DM to DF reading later. I do one of those check-ins every day. But this is, what does the Masculine want to say to you about these cards? So these will also be an indicator of what he wants to say. So we've also got what is the Divine Feminine learning right now? And we've got Taurus energy. Wow. So what I'm feeling with this, first of all, I'm going to do an extra reading for Taurus today. Now, I just want to explain how I'm doing the horoscope readings. I am now trusting the deck entirely when I'm doing the daily twin flame readings to bring through the energy that's required on that day. So, for example, if we need to be doing a horoscope reading, it will come out during this, this check-in, the card will jump out. So the angels are saying Taurus needs some extra assistance right now. Do them a little extra reading. So if you've been waiting for your sign to come out, and I'm with you there because I'm a Cancerian and I'm waiting for Cancer card to come out. But if you're waiting and you feel like it's never coming out, it's because you don't really need to have a reading for your horoscope right now, because you're getting everything you need to hear or know from all the other videos you watch here. So when the time is right for that, it will come out. It's the same with any other readings, like, a same-sex reading or, a karmic reading. Or the angels know what we need to know, and they will bring the right energy through. So what I'm feeling with this, first of all, is, what does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine about what's happening between now and April? Because the Taurus energy is about April. It's about, what does the Masculine want to say about how he is moving things forward and taking control, because Taurus is connected with the bull. So that's about movement forward. So I feel what the Masculine wants to say today is what he's doing to move this forward. And what is the Divine Feminine learning right now between now and April? How is the Divine Feminine learning, to handle things and take back his or her power during this time between now and April? So that's what I'm picking up on. So if you're wondering why this Taurus energy's come out, it's because we're moving into a time where things are moving forward. And the way it's happening is the feminine is learning to let go of control and to take a step back, so the masculines can take that step forward and ask for what they want. So the Taurus is really an energy of forward motion and change, and it's also connected with Easter, springtime, resurrection, rebirth, things blooming again and growing, which really resonates with the beginning of Monday and Tuesday for the weekly reading. So things blooming again. So if you're a Taurus or your twin is a Taurus, is going to be an extra reading. But this is really what the masculine wants to say to the feminine about the energy of now and April, and what the feminine is learning right now between now and April. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So we're going to bring in then the Le Vampires cards by Lucy Cavendish. Lucy Cavendish creates some great decks, really unusual decks as well. I'm going to bring in one of my favourite decks, the Buffy Tarot, and I am actually rewatching Buffy right now. Not that I need to, because I've watched it so many times, but to give me a little refresher anyway, because I'm using this deck. And I want to bring in something a little bit different, so I'm going to bring in this deck here. I've just found this deck today. I have no idea what it is, so I'm going to use this deck as well. So we're going to do an energy for these two. I'm going to do an extra Taurus reading later. But how the Taurus is incorporated into this particular reading is it's the energy between now and April. So thank you, angels. What does the masculine want to say about between now and April? What does the masculine want to say, thank you, between now and April? What does the masculine want to say between now and April? What does the masculine want to say between now and April? Wow, jumping out the deck, amazing. That's the card there. That jumped out on its own. So what's the feminine learning between now and April? What's the feminine learning between now and April? What's the feminine learning, please, angels, between now and April? I feel I just want one card coming out, or yeah, wow, there it is then. These are the cards jumping out here. So what do we need to know? Just check there's no other cards on the floor there. We've got a mind of their own. What's the feminine learning between now and April? And I'm also going to bring in the masculine message tarot. So what does the masculine want to say about between now and April? Jumping straight out, do you see it then? And we're going to use the feminine message tarot. What's the feminine learning? Look at that, wow. Amazing. We're also going to do a message of love. So we're going to use both counterpart decks. So we're going to use the masculine messages of love. So what do the masculines want to say between now and April? What's on their minds? What do they want you to know? What's happening between now and April? Feel there is some cleansing energy going on, healing. And what does the feminine want to share? What's the feminine learning right now? What's the feminine learning between now and April? Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Powerful. So I'm going to start, this card's moving as well. I'm going to start with the feminine messages because this is what you were learning between now and April. And it's not that far away. Okay, we're in March right now. So the energy of Taurus. Okay, the energy of Taurus. So let me just Google the dates first of all, because obviously I don't know all the dates off the top of my head. So we're going to go Taurus dates. Okay, so we're going to find out the exact dates. Obviously, if you're Taurus, you know this anyway. So from April the 20th to May the 20th. So really, this is the energy of what, you know, you're learning between now and the end of May. So, but I'm really feeling April. So, you know, this is kind of the start of the Taurus season. So what you're learning between now, April and May is that you're understanding the masculine needs time. Why? Because you are my future. Isn't that a powerful message in itself? So feminines, you're learning that this love takes time. And it takes time because the masculines have to do things their own way. And they have to learn and grow and understand. So it's understanding they need time to process. They need time to walk away from the karmic partner. They need time to make their move. They need time to do it their way because you are their future. So you're getting into this energy between now and May where you're believing more and more that this union is happening. It's possible for you. You're feeling it all. You're seeing results in other ways. And you're saying, I'm learning in my own way because patience is hard to learn. That you understand that you need time. So you're understanding and learning that they need time to be with you because you are the future. So for this to work out and be permanent, okay, you have to get back up when you get knocked down, but you're understanding that time is needed. So you're learning patience, but you're also learning what patience truly is. It's not about waiting around, looking at your watch. Okay, it's not about focusing on a timeline. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about enjoying the moment, being in the now. And I am feeling creative and passionate about my goals. So between now and April, May, you're going to be feeling very creative because it's all this fertile energy that's coming in. And the worm moon has brought that in too. So between now and April, May, you're going to be working on your goals, your passions, the things you want to create. So while your masculine needs time and you understand that's what they need, you're working on you. So you can have this future. And you're also understanding that your goals and the things you want to achieve also take time to manifest and to happen because they are part of your future. Look at this, we've got the lovebirds, and that's what I'm seeing these as. So we've got the number 7 and the number 12. So the number 12 is about stability. And this really resonates with what we've been talking about lately. You want the future to be permanent, stable. You want it built on solid foundations. You don't want it built on something that's going to wash away or disappear or dissipate. You want something real. So it's about trusting the love. And, you know, the birds on the top branch there are communicating. You know, it looks like they're singing. And there's communication there. So I'm seeing this as communication coming in. You're learning how to communicate with your twin without bringing up the past or having an argument or blaming them for things. You are trusting in divine timing. And the Seven of Diamonds is also about standing up for what you believe in and remembering who you are. So feminines, that's what you're doing. You're also setting your natural boundaries by working on you. Now we've got the Lovers card, and this is really beautiful because, obviously I'm a Buffy fan. I don't know if any of you are, but, you've got the Lovers here on the bridge. Now, the first thing I'm feeling is the bridge is the 5D realm. So you're connecting in other ways, remember. So you're learning that you can connect and make love and talk and be together and preview the future in the 5D, whether it's through meditation, telepathy, dreams, connecting and coming together. So the bridge is also a big sign about reconciliation. You are learning that there is about to be a reconciliation. You're learning to trust the signs that you see. You're learning about the journey. And this is also Tara and Willow, and they are lovers. So this is also a great message about same-sex twin flames reconciling and coming together, especially if you are connected with the Taurus energy as well. So Taurus energy may also be, mentioned here for signs. So this could also be a sign of coming back together or learning what you need to learn to be together. And, in this particular card, they're hugging and dancing, and it reminds me of the episode, I think it is actually the episode Once More with Feeling. So remember, we have to feel to create and manifest. And it's reminding you the feelings are real. And in this card, they're singing, Tara's singing and, about, can you believe, how much I love you and care about you? Like, Tara's blown away that Willow wants her. She sees Willow as this beautiful, amazing being of light. And Tara's just blown away that she actually wants her. But there's also a dark side to it as well, because, what Willow's done is actually cast a spell of forgetting, because she's done something that has hurt Tara and she doesn't want Tara to leave her. So she's put this spell and, then Tara finds out and she thinks, why have you done that to me, So this is also about things coming out into the open. So I feel this is definitely about wiping the slate clean, starting again and bridging that gap. But definitely a big message there as well about same-sex twin flames. So this is a big message that what you're learning is life's too short to hold on to grudges, and it's time to bridge that gap. And we've got the Ace of Stakes, so decisions, power, action. So I'm seeing this as releasing of the past. The stake is a symbol of kind of ending eternal love, or eternal life, because the stake kills the vampire and the vampire is an immortal. And if the stake goes in, it's over. So I feel this is the fears. You're learning to let go of the fears about losing this love. But you can't, because it's eternal. Even a stake is not going to stop your love. And the Empress says you're actually learning about who you are. And you're finding yourself and you're remembering your power. This is Drusilla. It looks like Drusilla anyway. And, Drusilla, she's a bit mad. She talks in riddles sometimes and she can act a bit crazy. And we do go into fear about being crazy on this journey. So we learn we're not going crazy. We learn that through connecting with other like-minded divine feminines. And we learn to speak up. So I'm seeing that as a microphone there. We learn to speak up and say what's on our mind and speak our truth and, come out into the open. And it's about being your true self, and releasing the past and everything you've been through in your life, old lovers, relationships, situations, addictions, jobs. It's all made you who you are today. So this is about the divine feminine power. So feminines, you're learning about yourself. And we've got that death will come. He says, that death will come. So what I'm feeling is this death, that death will come. It's talking about endings, karmic endings. The death card in the tarot is a beautiful card. It's a card of rebirth. It's a card of endings and new beginnings. So the changes you want are coming. Okay, this says mortal, futile, fragile. So I feel you are definitely healing fears around time running out, This is what you're learning, that you have plenty of time to be together. You may be thinking about the mortal coil, or maybe someone's, kind of died around you, or you've lost someone recently. They're giving me fear around that. And you could be worrying about time running out, especially when we get a bit older and people our age die, or, we experience friends passing over. It feels very different than family. We start questioning our own mortal coil and how much time we have. So I feel this is the angel saying you have plenty of time. You are eternal. Even though at times it doesn't feel that way when you're in this mortal body, in this mortal life, and you feel fragile. And sometimes you feel fragile because you get hurt. But it's also part of being here. The pain shows you you're alive. Just like when you feel joy, it reminds you you're alive. So I feel, feminines, you're learning about all the different aspects of you, the feminine side of you. There's a film, there's a series I'm watching right now on Netflix. You may be watching it yourself. I think it's called Sex Drive. It's on Netflix. It's very, very raunchy, but it's got such a great storyline to it. So if you started watching it, maybe you turned it off because of the raunch, or it's got a really good storyline. And it's really, I've only watched the first season anyway, but it's really got a twin flame vibe to it because, there's a lady called Billy, and she is married with kids, and she can't stop thinking about her ex-boyfriend. They've been apart for 8 years, and they're clearly destined to be together, and he's from Australia. Well, he lives in America, but he's Australian, so there may be a sign out there for someone watching as well. And it's about their story, really. And it's all, it's everything that comes in. And the thing that has drawn me to talk about this is because in there she's talking about all the feminine aspects of herself, how each part of your life makes you who you are, and she thinks about, the connection she had with him. He's called Brad, the connection with Connor, her husband, the connection with the kids, with a friend Sasha, with a job, everything. She's thinking about all the aspects of herself that make her who she is. So I feel this is about you learning about you and learning about life and why things have happened the way they have, and really thinking about where you're going and what you're doing, because you're bridging the gaps in your life to feel whole and complete. Isn't that powerful? So the energy of the divine masculine then, what does the divine masculine want to say? The divine masculine is saying, I go within to process, I have to work this out. So your masculine is saying to you, I am working it all out. So between now, April and May, he's working it out, he's processing. So again, this is a sign, if he is distant or silent or quiet, he's not ghosting you or ignoring you or blocking you. He is processing, he's reflecting on his life, he's thinking, he's making decisions, he's working out what to do. So while he's doing that, you are understanding, remember, divine feminine, and learning that to be together in the future, to have that life you want, you're understanding that they need time. And the masculine is saying, you are my light. So the big message here is the masculine is saying to you, between now, April and May, and I really feel it's kind of between now and April, is to shine your light. Because you are the light, to be this lighthouse, to stand strong, and that you are the Empress. Look at this. So I love that you've got the mirrored energies here, the Empress twice here. So you're saying, I know who you are. Your nurturing power is guiding me home. So your masculine is saying, and you're saying to your masculine divine feminine, I know who you are. And your masculine is saying to you, well, I know who you are. And your masculine is saying, your nurturing power, your light, is guiding me home. That's so beautiful. So the message for you, divine feminine, is if you're thinking, what can I do to move this forward between now and April? What can I do to help the connection? What is my role? It's to be the Empress, to shine light, to remember who you are. And look at this, we've got pray. So your masculine is saying, I am watching you. I am stalking you a little bit. I am invading your privacy. So the masculine wants you to know that even though they may not be around you physically, they are watching you. Now, I don't mean this in a crazy way, like a bodyguard way where you need to have a bodyguard. I mean, they are interested in what you're doing, they're curious what you're up to. So he's saying, I am watching you. I'm watching your social media. I'm watching where you are. I want to know what you're doing. I've got my eye on you. Like how a tiger stalks its prey. So, and also the word pray, I feel the masculines are praying for help. They are asking for support and guidance, and they are talking to their angels. And we've got burnt by the sun. So remember, your light sometimes is so bright it can overwhelm them and it can burn them. So they have to take a moment to go within to adjust to the light. Just like when we go out in the sun, sometimes we have to put sunglasses on. The glare sometimes is too bright. We have to be careful. So the masculines are being careful because they don't want to get burned by the sun. You're the sun. It says ambition, extension, reach. So he wants to reach out to you. He wants to extend his heart and his hand and his love to you. And he has ambitions. So he's saying, I want you to know that I have ambitions, the things I want to achieve in my life, things I want to do, goals I want to reach. And you are an extension of my power. And look at this. Now, this is a castle. So this is about the masculine wanting to be with the feminine. The masculine is saying, I do want to be with you in our castle in union, but I'm actually being shown this as a lighthouse. Now, I know it isn't, but they're showing it me that. The lighthouse is the light. And I feel what the masculine wants you to know is that you are their light. You are their lighthouse. You are the rock. You are the stone. So in other words, you are the anchor in his life. You're what's real and solid. And you're what's bright. You stand tall above all the rest. So he can't not notice you. He can't not see you. And he's saying to you, I've loved you my whole life. Even if you've only just met, he's loved you his whole life. I feel there's definitely people who've been, in union either for 19 years or since you were 19. 19 may make they give me that number for a reason. So I feel someone needs to hear that also from 2019 or even over the last 6 months. But the energy here is, those are extra messages, okay? If that doesn't resonate, take that out because that's just for someone watching. The message here is, it's about you overcoming fears and standing strong and knowing your truth and remembering who you are and saying, I can do this, the light's at the end of the tunnel. So the masculine is saying to you, the light is at the end of the tunnel to reach our union. But first, I need to take care of business. So, the Justice card, pretty sure that's angel in there, but you never know because it could be anyone, but I'm seeing that as angel. So, what angel is doing here, he's taking care of business. He's got his sword. He wants to sort things out, whether he wants to sort things out with Buffy or he wants to, sort things out with his situation. He wants to slay some vampires, whatever he's doing. But I'm feeling this is your masculine saying to you, you're my light, keep that light bright because I need to just take care of business before we are together. And business could be a karmic ending, it could be sorting things out at work, it could be his actual business, getting finances straight, it could be taking care of his obligations like his children or family, or his own self. He could be becoming stronger in himself, releasing addictions, getting rid of things that need to go. But he's saying, I am coming to you and I am moving out of the past to heal our future. And I do feel he's also looking after himself a bit better as well now. He's making more of an effort with his own appearance or his own self. So he's saying justice will be done. So he wants you to know that the light is at the end of the tunnel as we move towards Taurus energy, April and May. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.